Okay, so the fourth impact that we're going to look at is the Catholic Church. Um, the Second Vatican Council, and just take some time to go back over what that was broadcast for the first time, and people could see the bishops arguing, and it changed the way they viewed the church and they viewed religion. Lots of issues related to religion and the power of the church came up on RTE, on the Late Late Show. We talked about a few different issues when Brian Travascus denounces the Bishop of Galway. The panel and audience argued the ban on Catholics in Trinity, which Archbishop McQuaid, our old friend, upheld in 1967. He eventually bows to the pressure in 1970 and he lifts the ban. In 1968, there was a debate on artificial contraceptives. RT interviewed the women coming off the condom train. So there was a huge shift in public perception and public attitudes, and this had an impact for the church. So McQuaid foresaw the challenge to the church TV could be, and he tried to come up with a counterattack. It was like the Catholic Church strikes back. So in 1959, he sent two priests, Father Joe Dunn and Father Desmond Forrestal, to the US to get trained on how to produce TV, how to present a TV program, so that they would come back and they could establish a religious element to the TV station. And they came up with the TV show Ryark, and you can find some Ryark episodes on the RTE archives if you look them up. McQuaid gives them £300, 300 punts, and the show was actually a huge success. It lasted over 34 years, it produced over 400 shows, and it dealt with social issues ranging from homelessness to alcoholism to young offenders. They went to the missions abroad. They offered a training center for priests that later became a communication center for the public. So it was actually quite a successful, I suppose, essentially public relations campaign where people could then see priests in real life, in normal situations, and dealing with normal issues and day-to-day issues and things that they had in their own lives. So they weren't as far removed from society as people had thought they were. So Ryark and all its programs were such a success that political parties encouraged TDs to do the same. So for politicians to become more adept on TV and to learn how to present themselves better on TV, which had varying successes. In the past, politics was done door to door, at town hall meetings, at the crossroads, at the church gates, at GAA matches. But now politics was being brought into the sitting room of everyone. It was an opportunity for politicians to gain support, to promote their manifestos and their ideas, but they were also unsure and suspicious of TV. And many felt that it would be detrimental. Let's not forget De Valera's speech on the inaugural night. Because some of them wouldn't go on TV, it made balancing programs difficult. Some of the older politicians who were coming from, I suppose, the Easter Rising, coming from Civil War politics, found that they were being attacked on set, on stage. They weren't used to having to defend their ideas or their policies. They weren't used to being challenged. And they lacked TV presence as well. So they found it difficult to harness the power of TV for their party's ultimate gain. One of the most famous, I suppose, clashes between the people and politics on TV was Haughey and the Irish Farmers Association, where Haughey tried to interfere with how shocking, I suppose, when you think about Haughey, that he would interfere with anything. He tried to interfere with how his role in the debacle was being managed by RTE, and it really challenged the role of RTE and of balance and of objectivity and impartiality and that role that the media has. So it was a really difficult time for the TV station, only a few years in, very early days, and to be challenged